Hi there, everybody. My name's Laura Kelland-May, and if you'd like to know what you should do when you're in the show ring and your horse refuses, stay tuned because that's what we're going to talk about today. Have you ever been in the show ring and have your horse slam on the brakes, not go over the jump? You're not the only one. We're here to help. We're going to talk about that and what you can do about it. We've all seen them, the school horse run by, the sliding stop, the greenie, no way Jose, and the drifter. What can you do to help prevent that from happening? First things first. Okay, first things first, you're going to have to make sure your horse is not sore, and that means possibly getting the vet to look at your horse. If that's something that you think that you'd like to do, take a look. There's a video link right up here somewhere, right up there, and you can take a look at that link where we discussed maybe why your horse was refusing. Run out. We've seen them. Those wily school horses, they know how to pop that shoulder out and get by the jump. If this happens to you, you can do your training at home. So do your training at home, set up a skinny fence, those little ones, they're not 12 feet wide, but they're 4 feet wide or 6 feet wide without wings to help you guide in. So take hay bales or even those blocks and you can build a skinny fence, and this really helps to test your riding to make sure that you have both legs on, both reins on, and guide your horse right into that fence. Equal pressure with each leg, equal pressure in each rein. If you feel the horse popping that shoulder out, hold on that rein to get its shoulder back in line. If you feel that he's going to drift past that jump, close that leg and rein on so that she stays straight right into the middle of that jump. And if this happens at the show ring, do not continue to canter around and around and around and around the fence or around into the corner. Stop immediately. Get control of your horse and approach again. If you had a refusal or a drive-by or run-by, chances are you're not going to win that class. So this is the time where you take off your competition hat, put on your training hat, and step back and train that horse and train yourself what it is that you want to do. Rather than cantering again to that jump, approach it in a organized manner, both legs on, both reins on, and maybe even do it at a trot. You've already blown the class anyway from a run out, so school it by keeping your legs on, keeping your reins on, and trot into that fence. Trot into that fence so that you have more control and you can get the horse right into the middle of it. But really what's going to happen is that you're going to have to do more training at home, practice those skinny fences so that you can steer the horse properly and commit yourself to that fence. Can't say it enough. Use both reins, use both legs, guide the horse into that middle of the fence. Don't aim to one side or the other. Aim right to the middle of the jump so that you can have the horse go straight to the middle. So if you have this run by or run out in a horse show, don't go keep cantering around. Aim for the middle of the fence, regroup, come back, regroup, get to the middle of that fence. How about that sliding stop refusal? We've seen those too, where the horse comes cantering in really nicely and they just know exactly when to stop all of their forelegs so that they slide into the jump, most times just within inches of crashing into it. Sometimes they are maybe misjudged a little bit or the footing's a little bit slippery and they do crash through it. But if that happens at the show ring, sometimes it's because the horse just isn't comfortable or was a little surprised about the size of the jump or the type of footing that it was on, and you just circle back around, get yourself organized. Once again, since you've already had a refusal, you probably lost the class anyway, so just sit up, regroup, get yourself organized, and approach at the trot. Both legs on, both reins on, organized in the middle of the fence. Keeping both legs on does not mean galloping out of control towards the jump. It means sitting up, keeping your legs around the horse so that you have kind of like hugging the horse and giving the horse confidence as well as moving him forward, but not galloping out of control. You have to be confident in your riding. Be confident with your legs on and just ride the horse forward so that he has confidence in himself and you have confidence in yourself. Sometimes horses slide right into the jump because they're just plain naughty, and they figured out if they can stop into that jump that they're not going to have to go over top of that jump. So if this happens, if your horse becomes kind of a naughty stopper habit, if your horse is being just plain naughty and has figured out that it doesn't have to do the jumps, you're going to have to invest in a trainer to come and help you get that horse over the jump. What about the greenie, no way, Jose horses? And I say greenies because sometimes they just get to a state of overwhelm where they're just not sure what's happening. And, they jump great at home. You've trained them over the white gates, the boxes, the flowers. Everything seems to be going great. So you say, okay, let's go to a horse show. You get to the horse show and they see the other horses over there. They see the horse trailers over that way. And they just get in a state of overwhelm. They cannot function, and they get into the ring and they just say, no way, I have no idea what you want me to do. There's too much going on. I cannot process everything. So if this happens to you, here's what you can do about that. Just pick up the trot as many jumps as you can, and figure out that you're just going to have to go home and do your homework. And while at the horse show, trot into spooky fences, or what the horse thinks are spooky fences, so that you have the confidence in yourself and the confidence in your horse as well, so that they learn that it's okay to go over these fences. And it's also a good idea, before you really actually go to the horse show, to take your green horses off your property to a friend's place or a neighbor's place to jump over their jumps, so that the horse understands, you know what, there's jumps at our place, but there's also jumps at the other stable that we can jump as well, so that they get some training. Also, make sure you take your time at home so that the horse does build its confidence and does see the correct jumps that maybe it's seeing at the horse show. So get those boxes out, get the flowers out, get the colored poles out, get the white poles out, and the green gates, and all this stuff that you see at the horse shows. If your horse is particularly spooky at one type of fence, make sure you build that type of fence when you get home and practice over it, so when it does get to the horse show, it's not surprised by the different things that it sees. So there you have it. There's the top type of refusals that you'll get, and some corrections that you can do when you are at your horse show. Do you have a favorite story about a horse that you know and love that has taken advantage of you and maybe refused? Just put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks now. Bye-bye.